Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Cancer New Moon. I have my hair over part of my eye because I have a giant sty in this eye and I'm trying to cover it so you don't have to see it. You can listen to this one if you don't want to watch it. It's not like I'm doing anything remarkable, but the show must go on, as they say in Hollywood, where I live. The show must go on, and this is too good to miss. This is the new moon in Cancer with Jupiter, with great fortune, with all the things. It is Wednesday, and this new moon energy is with us for a while. It's not just here for a minute, it's here for a while. So, this Cancer new moon is a game changer if you use it. And I hope you choose to use it because, in all its great fortune glory, it is going to make such a shift in life, especially when you hear the themes and the energy and the things to do. So let's dive in. This doesn't have to be a long one. This is a profound one. Everything about this new moon is deep. Nothing about it is superficial. Everything about it is emotional, but in a cathartic and a celebratory way, not in an emotional down spiraling way. Everything about this new moon is meant to activate and expand the good. And if you think about it, we get one new moon with Cancer that's in Cancer. So it's like this major amplifier. This is the new moon in Cancer that will only happen with Cancer this year for 12 years. And it is a big deal. Think about even going back to 2013, what goals you were setting, what things you were thinking about. How big were those goals? That was a time in my life where I was really thinking big, bigger than I could imagine from where I was. And this is a time where you're going to be thinking a lot bigger, but before you think bigger, while you think bigger, reconcile things from the past that are holding you back. This is something that I'm really adamant about. The past can't hold you back. No matter what. It just can't. You have determination in every moment where you can move forward. It can be harder if you're holding on to things of the past. It can be harder if you have had a lot of difficulty, trauma. It can be much harder to move forward, but you can do it. So nothing can stop you. Even if it feels like there's more resistance or it feels scarier, you can do it. But here, part of this new moon is, let's identify what emotions haven't been reconciled yet that you can reconcile to the point where you feel freedom. It's never going to be perfect. I have done, I don't know how many years, 15 years of trauma therapy for all different things. And I will tell you, it is better and better and better. I feel lighter and more free all the time. But there are certain things that are completely resolved and certain things where I could go over them again, probably, or again. It's not about being perfect. It is about feeling free and unburdened. Let's use that word, unburdened. Emotions are unburdened. You are unburdened from the past. So how are you going to do that? How are you going to get unburdened from the past? So, of course, here in this world of Feng Shui, you can start by deeply decluttering. And you're not going to deeply declutter by Wednesday. You're not going to deeply declutter listening to this after Wednesday. Even by the end of the month, it may take longer. That's okay. But when you commit, even to just deeply decluttering one part of your life, maybe your office or your car or something else that's been a really big problem, when you deeply declutter, you are going to unburden yourself of all that stuff and all the emotions that go along with it. And whether consciously or unconsciously, you can work out a lot of the entanglements of those aspects of the past that seem to weigh you down or keep you looking backward so that you can move forward. Everything you're doing is in the service of feeling at home and moving forward. Feeling at home and confidently moving forward. And not even just confidently, let's just say courageously. Even if you're not confident yet, you are courageously moving forward. I always say that It's such an important distinction. Sometimes to gain confidence, we need to actually do things. You aren't even confident maybe at certain parts of your job. You keep doing them and you get more confident. And a lot of times we think, I have to be confident before I make this move. I have to be confident before I take this risk. But how could you be totally confident? You sometimes just have to be courageous. And courageous is huge high vibrational energy that can supercharge everything you do. So this is going to be a time where you are freeing yourself to take these courageous leaps, and they're going to reward you immensely. Remember, Jupiter is here saying, we are ready to reward you. The universe is here, ready to reward you. And you'll always be rewarded for doing this at any time, not just now. But declutter, that's a great way to do this. Another thing that you can do that's spectacular is to get rid of the random noise that you can control. You can't control everything. I can't control the gardeners that are outside at someone else's house. I can't control trucks that go by that I can still hear from blocks away. But I can control a lot of things. I can control the conversations I have. I can control what I listen to, what I talk about. I can control what I read, what I'm taking in. All of this noise. There's also visual noise. So you can declutter and also minimalize what you see. When you minimize countertops, desktops, my desk has about 10 too many things on it, even though they're all useful and they're not technically clutter. They are right now because I'm looking at this and going, I can't have this. I'm going to clear my desk right after this. I just cleared some of it, but I'm going to clear off even more that I just simply don't want to see. I just don't want to see it. I don't need to see it. I don't want to see it. It's all got to go. I need to be able to truly be unburdened and unfettered by the things that I don't need to carry around. So this is going to be really important. Now, another thing that you can think about is deep healing work. This can be a group that you join, a support group. It can be a therapy. It can be healing work. It could be your own personal spiritual healing practices, energy practices, but you're not doing them just on the surface. You're not showing up and being like, okay, got that. Oh, I just had a realization. Okay, good. I'm going to go home and just do the same things I've been doing. You're going into this saying, I am invested in true transformation. I consider this to be the new moon of true transformation. And we'll talk about that more in just a little while. But when you really invest in things that feel really resonant with you, you know the kind of transformation that's possible. I'm willing to bet that every single person watching this at one point or another did things that you once thought were impossible. You experienced true transformation. True transformation is different than improvements. And I think that's a really important distinction for right now, for this time. And improvement is part of true transformation. You improve, you improve, you improve, you improve, and you keep going past the point you ever thought was possible. And you look back and go, I don't recognize myself. Everything has changed. That is true transformation. That is the goal of this Feng Shui work. This is why we change your environment. Why do we change your environment? Because it's a mirror of you. And when your space transforms, everything changes. You are prompted to take these courageous leaps and do these things that maybe you didn't think you could do. And that's why I'm so passionate about this, because I celebrate all improvement. If I could do something 5% better, 1% better, 0.5% better, if I could do something just a little bit better, I'm excited about it. But the big goal is much bigger. We're going to talk about goals again in just a second. Now, what are you going to do to make yourself feel more at home? That's the big ask of this new moon. You can always clean your house. We already talked about decluttering. Clean your house for the new moon. That's a wonderful, practical thing to do that will get you ready to receive more. We're going to receive more abundance right now. We're going to bring in things we didn't think were possible. We're going to break through. And in order to break through, you need to really be invested. And to fully invest yourself, you need to feel at home. And being at home is the fundamental principle of all of this work. And it's why this method of Feng Shui is the missing link to make things happen. I'm telling you, I have tried everything under the sun. And until I started to change my home to feel deeply at home, nothing changed as much as I knew it could. And being at home is such a profound feeling. So where do you not feel at home in your home? And pick a spot, pick a thing. So for you, you might not feel at home. I just did a talk about this with a group. And one of the things I said was, I used to have a dish rack that was too small, and it frustrated me so much. And I used to have to clean it constantly. And it was just so aggravating. And I never wanted to do dishes. And it might seem like a small thing, but it created so much friction that I just wanted to avoid my whole entire kitchen. Like I just didn't ever want to go in there. And it was ridiculous. It was a small thing. And as soon as I got a giant dish rack, boom, everything was so transformed. Like my whole feeling about doing dishes, about being in the kitchen, about everything to do with that room changed. Are there things like that for you? Things you're fighting, things you're frustrated with, maybe a closet where things don't fit. Maybe you've been wrestling with how to make your file cabinets work for you, or how to put your clothes away, or anything else. Decide that you're going to really handle it so that you feel at home. And it might be one thing, it might be two things. Don't overwhelm yourself right now, but move with this thought that you're going to feel more at home. And the other thing, and this was the word I used earlier, so I'm going to use it again. How can you make your home more emotionally enthralling? And I know that might sound ridiculous to a lot of you, but when you are emotionally captivated by an environment, you are deeply present. And I want you to be fully here with all your genius, ready to make magic happen. And in order to do that, I want you to start looking around and going, this place feels flat. Maybe I can add a color. Maybe I can add a cool texture. Maybe I can add a crystal, maybe that I love. Maybe I could add a beautiful photograph. Maybe I could do an art project. Maybe I could do a DIY. I need to fill in that blank space finally above my sofa this week to feel at home in this space. I also need to clean up stuff over here that needs to be cleaned up that's not fully done. I've been really busy and there's no excuse. I want to feel at home right now. What is that for you? You can pick something. I know everyone has something that can be a little bit better. And man, when you change it, you will see the exponential rewards. And that is so big, so big. So now we've got this feeling at home. This is the primary idea of everything to do with the new moon in Cancer, with Cancer season, with this whole month, and really with everything. The more you feel at home, the easier your life is going to be. And now finally, multiplying your vision, making it bigger. Every new moon, you set new intentions. Every new moon, you set new goals for the month ahead. Right now, I want you to think about this as the start of the second half of the year, almost like a new year, and even the start of a whole new year. Because with Jupiter in Cancer, it's like a whole new year. And so if you're thinking about this, setting goals that, first of all, set a goal. What is it that you really want? Pick the primary goal and make it at least 5 times, if not 10 times bigger. Why? Because if you only make it twice as big, you're not going to change fundamentally to make it happen. You're not going to truly transform. If you aim for something 5 times bigger, much more clear, much more uncompromising, and you give it a year, maybe it's going to take longer than a year, it doesn't matter. And you make that your North Star. Now you're going to think different. You're going to make different choices. Are you going to, waste time doing things when you're going after something you want that bad? Are you going to spend time, bemoaning your fate or looking backwards or anything else, just for no reason? No. Are you going to sit and scroll online endlessly until you don't feel good, rather than do something constructive? No, you're going to want to live more. You're going to want to make bigger leaps. You're going to want to do things that are more exciting when you're going after something much bigger. It's going to cause you to need to transform. So as I said at the beginning, these big goals are not just gratuitous. It has to be something you really, really want. And if you go after that, it will transform you for sure, because it needs to, because there's no way that you could ever operate the same and experience 10 times more. It's that whole quote that people always say Einstein says, but I don't think he said it, which is insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. It's like just doing more of something. Oftentimes when we want more, like I asked my friend a day ago, he was saying he wants more of something. And I was like, how much more do you want? Because if you just want a little bit more, you're probably going to want to do more of the same thing. And then you're going to reach a limit where you can't go further because you only have so many hours and so much energy. What if you wanted something bigger and you took incremental steps to get there? That would cause you to realign and rethink everything that you're doing and get rid of all of the other stuff and really focus. This is what I've been doing since the beginning of the year. And I'm telling you, it feels so good. And I'm just making everything way bigger than I ever thought in my mind. And not just for work. I just want to be clear about this. These aren't just work goals. These are personal goals. These are things for you that you want for you, not just, abundance and success in the world, abundance and success in your whole life. Your biggest goal could be a fitness goal, a wellness goal, a healing goal. It could be an emotional goal. It could be some pattern, some habit, some addiction that you want to be free of. This is giant stuff. Make it so big and so clear for yourself. And incrementally celebrate the progress. So get this big goal. Take your goal, make it even bigger, even bigger, even bigger until you think it's totally impossible. And then maybe it's big enough. And then start creating a bunch of steps to get there. Just from where you are now and start planning out and start moving incrementally. But remember, you're celebrating all your incremental wins along the way, but your eye is on the big prize rather than celebrating all your incremental wins and then stopping and going, okay, that's it. I made an improvement. You could do that with other aspects of your life, but with something you really want, you're not going to stop. You're going to keep going. And I'm telling you that everything shifts when you want something badly enough. The way, as soon as I hit on what I wanted and made it big enough, the way it shifted out of my life so much stuff that I was thinking about and worried about and looking at and doing, it just went gone. And so take advantage of this time. This is a magic time to make things happen. It's always a magic time. Every day is a magic day. But why not take this epic new moon to feel more at home, to feel more at peace, to plug yourself into so much power and to make incredibly magical things happen. This is a time of enormous, enormous abundance. If you haven't yet, the free money feng shui class is up. The third installment, the final piece of it, should arrive for you tomorrow. I was planning on releasing it today, but there was a slight delay. So tomorrow is the final piece, but you have plenty to work on before that. It'll all be up before the new moon. You can dive in and do this. It's epic, excellent for this new moon in Cancer with all this good fortune energy with Jupiter. Take advantage. Your home is one of the best ways, the best tools that you can use to make more money. I know that might sound weird to some of you, but maybe not, because you're here and and this is one of the greatest ways to prosper. So sign up now. It's below or above, depending on where you're watching this. On YouTube, I will put it in the comments afterward as well, but it's in the description box. Sign up, get started. You won't want to miss it because it is such a comprehensive guide to the energetics, setting up the energetics to get ready to receive more abundance. It's the beginning of money feng shui in the most revolutionary ways. And as I said before, my goal is always to aim for transformation, to set the bar way higher and to think, wow, I want to look back and go, who was I before this? I love that person I used to be, but wow, I've come a long way. And I want that for every single one of you. I want that for everyone in the world. And so let's do this. Keep creating abundance and making absolute magic happen. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm just going to check and see. It looked like there was something sent in. Yeah, thanks for being here. You need kitchen organization. That's amazing. Someone sent in a message. If there are any things that you need help with, send them over. I'm going to make videos for you. I'm going to be back making videos. My eye, I was planning on starting this week, but my ginormous sty on my eye, which I don't even want to show you, has stopped me in my tracks a little bit, but I'm not willing to be stopped anymore. Again, that's what happens when you make a big decision, just not willing to be stopped. So I'm going to do it anyway. Tell me what you want videos about. I'm happy to make them for you. I want you to supercharge this season and make the most of it. Thank you so much for being here, Anna. Thank you all for being here. Leave all your questions, comments below. I'm here for you, and I will be back soon with more. Mwah. Bye, everyone. Happy new moon in Cancer and all this amazing energy.